Ooh, technical difficulties. Hi guys, sorry about the technical difficulties. Welcome. Sorry guys, I went through some technical difficulties, but we're about to start. How's everybody doing? Nashita Mohit. I'm going to invite our guest speaker. Hello.
Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. I just got off work. They kept
Um,
me long, so
you
that's why it looks like this.
still
But
looking like you at work.
no. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good.
That's
Welcome
good.
everyone to Tubugana Tuesday. Today our topic is going to be cyberbullying, and
hmm
I'm going to give this time for you to introduce yourself so that
Okay.
those that don't know you can get to know you.
Okay. Well, hi guys. I'm not even sure if they can hear. If you can hear me, I'm pretty sure they can hear me. So my name is Nidimenya Nadine. Of course, it's not the other way around. It's Nidimenya Nadine. So, but call me Nadine. I'm in Memphis, Tennessee, and I am Burundian. I don't know if you guys want us to speak Kirundi because I can. Which one do you prefer, English or Kirundi mix? Both? Which one? English.
Whatever they say, I'll try, but it would be a joke if I started
I'm
speaking
just
Kirundi.
kidding. I'm pretty sure you're good at it. But okay, I'll do English. I'll do English. I don't mind.
All
But
right.
since I know in the back of my mind that you speak English, like Kirundi, I'll probably say a few words in Kirundi. Just be like,
No
Nadine.
problem. No, no, no. Even if you speak Kirundi, our
Mhm.
followers will understand. Josephina 12 said French.
Okay, okay, so if somebody wanna watch this, they follow Tuvugan and not me, right? This will be on your page.
It will be on our page, but if you're on live with me, they can go on your live because you're live with us,
Oh,
and they
okay,
can watch
okay.
it. But
Okay, so on
we'll
this
save it on our
thing,
history.
on when you're live, you cannot pause and do something, right? It just hangs up.
Yeah.
That's terrible. So if somebody's just added me, they cannot watch this unless I hang up and go add them back.
No, they can watch it if you're live. Even if they don't follow you, they can
Even
watch
if they
it.
don't okay, Grace, you don't have to follow me to watch this.
Yep.
You can just search up my name and I'm live. Okay,
Yep.
all right.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. What else? Did I say what I was from? I think I did, from Burundi. I was not born in Burundi. I wish I was. I was born in Tanzania. Okay. And yes, people might be like, okay, so you must speak Swahili then. Yeah, something like that.
I, I agree. I'm same with you. Born in Tanzania, but if you ask me to speak Swahili, I don't
Okay,
know.
yeah. So since my account is private, you can't see unless I add you back. Okay, so
But they can go to Tuvugane, search up Tuvugane, and they'll be able to.
Oh, okay. Go to I'm a search.
Well, everybody in the comments, how are you guys doing? How was your Tuesday? I hope you guys are having a terrific Tuesday.
I forgot I was not supposed to go off, that it
No, it's
goes off. I
okay.
treat it like a phone, but it's not a phone. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Well, we can
Mm-hmm.
start with the conversation, and then people that come on can just come on. And if you guys have any questions in between, treat it like a regular Tuesday Tuesday. You guys can comment your guys' questions or what you guys think about the conversation. We want to
Mm-hmm.
start by letting you know that this is a safe space, and we are
Mm-hmm.
a place where we can have a conversation and feel free
Mm-hmm.
to. All right, so we're going to talk about the First Amendment. um,
Okay.
and the First
Freedom of
Amendment is
speech.
freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and freedom to oppose the government. But the one that we're going to focus on is freedom of speech and cyberbullying. So
In
go ahead.
another word, when you said cyberbullying, people kept saying, Nadine, what is that? What is that?
Yeah,
Another word is social media bullying. We're gonna say that, because it's not just any bullying where you can see somebody and you bully them, but it's actually through the internet, social
behind the
media. So
screen.
when I said social media bullying, people could understand it better,
Yep.
and so yeah.
Yes. Social
Okay.
media bullying.
Okay, you wanted to talk about the First Amendment,
We
the
can start
freedom.
it. I was just giving a background of what we were talking about today.
Oh, okay. Well, you do that then. Okay.
That's it. So
Okay.
the First Amendment does give us the right to have freedom of speech and say whatever we want, whether it is speaking, whether it is writing, publishing. It gives us those freedoms. But there are some stipulations within that freedom, and that is when those freedoms infringe somebody else's freedom or when they are stopping someone else's freedoms. So that's how cyberbullying can become tricky because we have the First Amendment. We have the First
Mm-hmm.
Amendment. We can stand behind it. We can say whatever we want.
Yes.
Want to publish lies? We can publish lies.
Yes. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Yeah, it's we're protected by the First Amendment here in America.
Yes.
But
Yes.
there's other things that happen, and there are some other serious consequences that happen when we get into bullying behind a screen.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to talk more about that?
Yes. So, I actually know someone. This is people don't really think what they say or what they do on social media matters. They don't really think that anybody can like track their comments, their texts. Like they don't, they're just like, okay, so this is a phone. I can say whatever I want to say, and nobody cares, right? But actually, somebody do care. If you get in trouble, they go back to that. Let's say that you do something, break the law, and you say, I'm innocent. I would never do that. I would never say that. And then they bring up your account and say, "Isn't this you?" You know, you would never say that, but you said that and you did this, and you're like, now you're like, oh, okay. So when you were doing it behind the screen, you didn't think it would ever come up, but it actually does. So what you post matters. Everything you post actually matters, and you probably think you delete it, but you put it in trash and somebody can get it out of trash. You delete it, it goes in trash, and anybody can take it out of trash. So yeah.
Yeah. I want to take a pause moment right now, and I want everybody to invite their favorite Facebook comedian or their favorite Instagram social media comedian, because this goes with it, right? You make jokes
Mm-hmm.
and you think it's a joke until the joke
Mm-hmm.
goes overboard, and then it's
Yes.
not a joke anymore.
Yes.
So it's interesting how you can use social media, but social media can kind of like what you're explaining. Social media can come back to haunt you, right? You're
Yes.
expressing your First Amendment rights and you're saying what
Mm-hmm.
you, but social
Mm-hmm.
media can go away even if you outgrow the things that you typed.
Yes, that's very true. Not even, let's just say, comes back to Hanchu. When you are trying to get, let's say, a professional job, right? You're trying to apply for a job and, you want to be in a suit or you want to dress up to go to work and, work somewhere. Um, so I worked with kids, I worked in church, I worked in many places. They do this background checks. Of course, they want to see that you're not going to, abuse anyone, They want to know that you're not going to basically take advantage of somebody and things like that. So they have to go back to, track and, get to know you, check out your Facebook. You probably, most people, this is what I have noticed. Most people change their Facebook, like they would delete a Facebook and get another one and, and pretend the other one doesn't exist anymore when it does. So when you search up their name, you have about 5 Facebooks.com that just pop out and but people don't realize that why you post, like, so this whole conversation is about why you post actually matters.
Right.
So it's not just about bullying someone, but even for the long run, if you want to become something in the future, why you post actually do matter.
That's
So
so true.
yeah.
Yeah, and I remember my little brother told me something, and it stuck in my mind. He was talking about jokes, right? Because most times people that are bullying don't realize they're bullying until after the fact, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
they they're joking. They're joking, so they don't realize that what they're saying has bigger consequences. Um,
Mm-hmm.
they expect that everybody else sees what they're posting as a joke also.
Yes, but
My
it's
brother told me like a joke about cancer is funny until you have somebody in your family that has cancer,
mm-hmm. Yes.
and so just watching what kind of jokes and who's behind the jokes that we're making, and if it's actually funny, are is the
Mm-hmm.
funny?
Yes. So, and I know there was a post that I saw not too long ago, been thinking about this. So I saw the post and it was like, you can change your mood, right? Because most people, when they're saying something, is because, well, I'm angry, so I'm gonna say whatever I want to say. You can change your mood, but you cannot take back your words.
Right,
I think that was what the post said. You can change your mood, but you cannot take back your words.
right.
So people don't realize how powerful their words are. And I mean, I'm used to like quoting Bible verses and things like that. So I have to be like, Nadine, you're not preaching. Nadine, you're not preaching.
Yeah,
But yes, so words are powerful. You can
mhm,
kill someone with that. You don't even have to get a knife. You don't even have to get, a gun and shoot somebody. You can kill someone using your words. People, I think we just need to realize how powerful our comments are. I know we probably sometimes we think we're joking, but it's not a joke. Somebody can take that, what you call a joke, and it affects them for the rest of their life,
right.
like for the rest of their life. You said something and you thought it was a joke, but this person is thinking about this thing, causing them stress, depression, and in my experience, I have a friend, and we I met this friend, and and no, out of nowhere he said, why do you think I am the way I am? Why do you think I don't play sports? Why do you think I don't talk too much? And I say, well, why? He said, I used to play sports and I used to work out and I used to love myself. And I said, really? And he said, yes. But he started talking about his best friend. You know, his best friend who said something when they were in middle school. Now this guy is in college. But I started talking about his best friend who said something in middle school, and that affected him until he's in college. And you know, so that's how powerful our words are. Even towards our friends, you know, we need to watch what we say because again, our words are very powerful.
Yeah, and I think that that's a big issue in the Burundian community too. I think it
Mhm.
even like stems with the way that our parents speak to us. And it's like
Mhm.
we're very harsh in the way that we speak to people. And I think
Mhm.
it's yes, we have tough skin, but that doesn't mean that we should over abuse that. And
Yes.
and just because we're not very emotional outwardly doesn't mean that we don't see or we don't feel the pain that people might say and people might write. Um,
Mhm.
but I've seen in our community, we always take it off like it's a joke. But
Yes.
I don't think that it's actually funny to everybody, you know?
It's not. Actually, it's not funny. Like you said, in our community, everything is a joke. Well, I can say that, um, we're talking about my experience, so my experience, I was at work in African, again, Burundian community. If you have, you know, in the back, if you're sick, it is a good thing, right?
Mm,
But in America, right? In America, if you tell somebody, well, you're sick, they're thinking something else, right? Like you're
mm,
saying in our community, it just play, play, play. But we're not living in Burundi anymore. We're not in Burundi. We're not in Tanzania, and we have to be sensitive. Yeah, there's the word. We have to be sensitive towards others, towards what we say to everybody because it matters. Whoever you're talking to matters, and what you say actually matters. And like again, not preaching, but you know, but the Bible says if you're not going to say something that is going to build somebody, don't say nothing at all. You know.
I mean, I think that that's where the First Amendment comes in because, like,
Mhm.
we have the we have the freedom to say whatever we want to say, right?
Mhm.
That for us, we just have to choose what we want to live with because
Yes.
everybody has the same moral standard as everyone else. So if
Mhm.
I decide that I want to say whatever I want to say and I want to be vulgar with how I want to say it, like that's
Mhm.
my prerogative. That's cool with me. But
Mhm.
as people, we have to know that we're not excused from the consequences that come with our words.
Yes.
And that's what it is. It's not to say that I'm policing what you say, but
Mhm.
understanding everything I say has uh, has a consequence to it.
Mhm. It actually does. You can actually report it. Part of the consequence, if you see somebody who's social media bullying anybody, you don't even have to write your name. You can just give a name and give the person name and let whoever take care of it. And that's what people don't realize that well, because nobody, if something doesn't happen over and over again in our community, nobody seems to care about it. Like, nobody seems to notice it. So because nobody has ever been in trouble for social media bullying, then everybody's like, okay, it's normal. We can do it all the time because nobody has gotten in trouble for doing it. Does that make sense?
Mm,
So let's keep doing it. Let's continue doing it. And it's really sad when you think about it.
um,
Um,
so I think that what we want to do is like um, differentiate the difference between offense
mhm.
and like bullying
Mhm.
because one of the people, Africa underscore Angel, she was pointing out about offense and how like
Mhm.
people can offend people at time. And I think like offense is inevitable when you have an
Mhm.
opinion, especially on social media. Everybody has different opinions. We all have
Mhm.
different opinions. And I can say something that might offend you
Mm-hmm.
because my opinion is different than yours. But there's a
Mm-hmm.
difference if I'm saying something that offends you and I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying something that's targeted to that's hateful, that's hurtful, and that's aimed to tear you as a person down. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that those two are very different. And the First Amendment
Mm-hmm.
covers people that are speaking
Mm-hmm.
their own opinion, but it doesn't cover those that are bashing and breaking.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the difference
Mm-hmm.
between the amendment.
Okay. Um, my sister's here asking me a question, um, distracting me. What is your question, Devin? Kool-Aid? Oh, is that home?
Hi, everyone. We're talking about social media bullying today, cyberbullying or social media bullying, and the difference between like the First Amendment, freedom of speech, and also like bullying, targeting people, harassing people online. So if you guys have anything to add on into the comments, you guys are free to do so. But we just want to have this conversation, this dialogue, and how it's important in the Burundian community.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, what do you think that people should do if they're experiencing bullying?
I mean, I'll always say, block that person. And I'm pretty sure you know how we are. You don't, you cannot say, well, report that person. I'm be like, we don't snitch on each other and things like that. But block that person. If they're not respecting you, if they're not, just block that person. Get away. And let me talk about just something that just happened not too long ago. So I have friends. I have two friends. And actually, I have three friends. Three friends. Okay, three friends. And let me say this, Naomi, you look like you froze.
No, I'm listening.
Okay, okay. So let me say this. I am majoring in social work, right? I'm going to school for social work, and that means I study psychology. Now we're going to psychology. And hurt people hurt others. Like you don't even have to study psychology to know that hurt people hurt others. When somebody's hurt, they feel better if they like hurt somebody else. So so this friend, I'm talking to her, we're talking, and something happened, something really horrible happened, and I asked her, well, why did that happen? And she said, well, I've been stressing, and I've been depressed, and that's why that happened. And I said, oh, whoa, I'm so sorry. And I see that we had if you don't know what is depression, you might want to check Tubugane out. Somebody had a discussion about that. But anyways, so she goes on, I was stressed, I'm depressed, and that's why this happened to me. And I said, okay, and not too long after that, same friend, same friend. She's posting other girls, just posting them and saying something negative, say something negative, and well, I decided to approach her. I decided, hey, you need to understand what you're saying is not okay and is not right. Well, again, because I just, how you say you can say something offensive to somebody doesn't necessarily, because you guys have different opinions. But I'm talking about you fat and you ugly and you this or and those type of comments. I mean, these comments are getting thousands of views. I mean, on WhatsApp, on Snapchat, on Facebook. I mean, these posts are going around. So now when these people see these three faces, they are thinking fat, ugly, and so I approached her and I said, hey, um that's wrong, and that's wrong. And of course she's like, Okay, this is the same girl I just talked to not too long ago, friendly, having a conversation, inviting me to her wedding and all that, and then and she's like, okay, well, you're next, and I'm going to expose you dating, and I'm like, okay, well, go ahead, but and short story, um, of course, she started like spreading rumors, about me, rumors that are not true, and I wasn't hurt, but again, to me, I was upset for the other people. Again, social worker, you speak for people who don't have a voice. That's what a social worker do. Speak for those who doesn't have a voice. And it was upsetting, because that person is going to now think they're fat, they're ugly, they'll never be beautiful, they'll always be fat. So, and and it hurts because that same person, the same person used to complain to me about her weight. And I thought it was, well, why are you calling that person over social media fat when you were insecure about your size, it upset you. So why would you want to do that to somebody else? Hurt people, hurt others. Um, and I thought it was, like again, upsetting. So I started to think, well, maybe this person is not educated, doesn't understand exactly what she's doing, and she's hurting. This has happened to her recently. So, like in my head, I'm always making excuses to people why they act the way they act, but there's no excuses to hurting people. You don't have no excuse to going around and just hurting people because you feel like it. So, not too long ago, so she decided she had enough of posting and thinking she exposing everybody, and she apologized. She said, "Well, I'm the nicest person that you're ever going to meet, and I don't know why people think I'm a drama person. I'm not a drama person. So I just want to apologize to everybody that I have posted and said something negative to." And I said, it's Sunday. She just came from church. It's probably, good sermon today. Um, but I was like, that doesn't change the fact. Thousand saw your post about a girl and you made her feel insecure for the rest of her life. That doesn't change that fact. You don't get to just say sorry and think, and that goes away, because it doesn't. We should just avoid that altogether. If you're angry, go to sleep, go pray, go do something. Don't go off on people on social media, because
Um,
there's consequences.
I agree. I agree with what you're saying. I think that I do agree, and I think that that when we start seeing behaviors or we start seeing ourselves acting out of character instead
Mhm.
of going straight to social media and
Mhm.
typing our feelings away, more a more healthier way for us. There are more healthier things that we can do than going to social media and bashing other people, especially
Mhm.
in the Indian community. If we want
Mhm.
to if we want to grow, I think that's going to start with us seeing the good in each other and continuing to, uplift other people and join different
Mhm.
social sites that you see are putting people on, encouraging people. And
Mhm.
I think that it also deals with the people that you surround yourself with.
Yes.
So social media, you don't have to befriend everyone. Just like you said,
Mhm.
you don't have to befriend everyone. You can, if you see situations, certain people group that they're bringing tendencies out of you, or
Mhm.
they're not healthy. It is okay
Mhm.
to exclude yourself from those people.
Please
Um,
do.
but yeah, I mean, I think that if we want to grow as the Burundian community, I think that it's going to start with that. It start with us seeing the best in others, and not
Mhm.
only that, understanding that our words do hold a weight. Um,
Mhm.
yeah.
Like, well, in like you said, in our community, we're not taught to express our emotions. We're not taught to, if you heard me, if you say something mean, um, you know, Ooh, sorry, trying to adjust my phone. Sorry.
Fine. What do you guys think in the
I think
comments
it's way too high.
about people that and I've seen another trend going around on YouTube. Um, I'm the trend was rating people, and it's like a lot of people get entertainment on that also. But I don't think that, I don't know, I put myself in the shoes. I don't think that it's very entertainment if you're the person uh, that's being rated. um, Especially if the people that are rating
That's
are rating very high. But what do you guys think? Where do we draw the line as a community where we're not putting our own selves down? Where can we draw the line?
that's really messed up. Rating people is really messed up. And even even if a person thought you were a 10, but they don't like you, they're gonna say you're a 1. And because they said you and because somebody said you're a 1, everybody don't want to look bad and say they think you're 10, they're probably gonna say you're 2. So it's
But
really
I think that it all comes within your self-esteem because everybody is a 10
yes,
to somebody and everybody is a 1 to somebody. It depends on who that person is. You feel me?
yes,
So I think that it starts with loving yourself and understanding who you are.
yes. Yes, please, please love yourself. Love yourself to the point where if somebody say this about you, it's probably gonna, you're probably gonna be like, okay, so somebody, it's not like you're not going, because I don't want to say you're not gonna notice it. Of course, you're gonna notice it, but if you're confident and if you love yourself and you know who you are, then you brush it off. It's like brush it off. But if you don't know who you are, then of course you're not gonna brush it off. You hold on to it and you live with it, and it hurts you and continue hurting you, and you're depressed and stressed because somebody said that is probably not even true, but because you don't know yourself and you're not confident in yourself, then it's stuck with you for the rest of your life. So I, agree that we should just love ourselves and be confident in who we are.
Right. I like what underscore my poster said. She said that if you love yourself, ain't no way them rating apps videos going to hurt you. That's facts. Yep.
That's true.
But
Even with the other
like
ones
the
too.
thing is, just because I can handle it doesn't mean that I should, right?
Yes. Yes.
Like just because I'm confident enough doesn't mean that somebody, and again, there's First Amendment rights. You can do anything that you want, or you can
Mhm.
say anything that you want, but is it
Mhm.
helpful? Because just because I can handle
Yeah.
it, should you harm me? Right?
Mhm. Mhm. And just because I can handle it, and just because I'm confident, right?
Doesn't mean everyone else
Doesn't mean everybody
is.
else is. So if
Yeah.
you rate me and I don't never say anything, it doesn't mean you should continue doing it, because not everybody love themselves, not everybody's confident. So please don't break people, you know. So yes, yeah,
I agree. I don't know.
yes,
But then
yes.
again, everybody is free to make whatever content they want to make and publish whatever
Mhm.
they want to publish. The first
Yes. So like again, and so because we do have a freedom of speech, right? And if you're not confident, and you should probably get off social media, because social media is something else nowadays. You have to look like that, and so I
right.
don't know.
And so Josephina 12 said, how do we deal with situations when we're talking about social bullying and offending people, and people still get offended through that. And that's where we told the difference between, we were trying to differentiate the difference between offending people and targeting and harassing and harming people through your words. Now, the First Amendment does allow us to say whatever we want, publish whatever we want. So we're allowed to speak and say whatever we want, whether it's true, whether it's ugly, whether it's beautiful. We can say what we want, and we're protected by the First Amendment. But there's a difference between offending somebody because I have a view that's different than yours, and targeting someone, bashing someone, hazing someone, and picking on someone. Those two things are very different. And I think that that's what we're referring to when we're saying social media bullying. When you're targeting someone through social media.
Yes, and we're talking about the law, First Amendment. Say whatever you want to say, right? But there is, for example, we just had Black Lives Matter and people protested and things like that. But the government drew a line, right? The government drew a line, so people will not continue doing what they were doing. So it's like that too with freedom of speech. Yes, you can say whatever you want to say, but there's a line, gotta draw a line. And that's really,
I think that line draws when there's for the consequences, when there's actions, because a lot of times when you take it to the police, like, let's be really honest, because of the First Amendment, if somebody is saying something about you and it's their opinion and they say it about you, the worst that they can do is be flagged, and then be flagged and their content be taken off, or their site be blocked for a little bit. And it's not gonna be serious to the point where somebody is doing time in jail, unless the person's words were the thing, that could cause someone's harm, whether it was enticing someone to hurt someone else, or it was the cause of somebody else hurting themselves. If that happens, that is when police can get involved, and you could get in trouble from the words that you've written on social media, or video that you said on social media. So
yeah, so basically it's just to avoid when like, honestly, if I'm going to post something about someone, I am trying to hurt them, right? I have the intention. When I say this, it's going to hit that person like that, right? Or you can, so let's just avoid, having somebody as a target for us to just say anything we want to say, or just make ourselves feel better. See, that's how it is. Usually you pick on the small person. Whenever you watch a movie, you see bullies and things like that. Is a big person. Sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes people say things to others to feel good about themselves, right? They will say something mean towards somebody else to feel better about themselves. So, yeah.
I agree. But I think that sometimes it could be accidental also, where someone is trying to make a joke. I know a lot of comedians nowadays, they get majority of their platform from doing things that are shocking, or they get a lot of people to listen in when they do something that is more sketchy, and sometimes through that it can seem like they're hurting someone because they're using a situation that happened or something like that for their jokes. And so sometimes it can be an accident. And other times, a lot of people have whole talk shows just dogging the president. or dogging anybody that they don't like. So like
Yes.
there are a lot of like platforms that are built just for that. And so it's not to say that those things can't happen because they're protected by the First Amendment, but for us, it's like maybe getting us in the community to realize that our words do mean something. And a lot of people can be hurt by what we say or helped by what we say. And it depends on what type of platform we want
Yes.
to build.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what else we wanted to cover, but that is right. First Amendment, say whatever you want to say, but just be mindful, please, of what you're saying. You can say whatever you want to say, but just be mindful of what you're saying. It's the whole purpose of this, you know. Be mindful of other people. Be mindful, be sensitive to other people' emotions, other people' feelings, because honestly, somebody could be going through something that is not even your fault. You know, they're already going through something really horrible, but your word might be just, you know, what, you know, change and cause them to act a certain way. Just your word, you know, not that you caused them to feel the way they feel, you know, you caused everything that we're going through, but, you know, just your comment at the moment was wrong timing. Now you caused somebody, you know, to do something that they probably weren't going to do. They were, you know, so yeah,
Yeah.
just to be mindful.
I agree because I feel like, especially we've been talking about mental health and we've been talking about depression and we've been talking about a lot of the internal things that happen. And one of the things that we kept highlighting was that everybody is going through something that nobody knows about. And so
Yes,
just because somebody is laughing it off doesn't
yes,
mean that you're not hitting a place that might be sore for
yes,
somebody. Um,
yes, yes. Yes, you might be saying something and then you just, you know, somebody's just smiling, but when they go home, they're just crying to sleep, you know? So just be mindful of what you say because you just have no idea what somebody else is going through, honestly.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, what encouraging words would you have to say to those that have experienced online bullying, social media bullying?
Um, that doesn't define you. Don't let anybody else define you. Don't let a person word define who you are, you know? Figure it out, you know? Figure it out. If you're a religious person, you know, do that, you know? Don't let another person words define who you are. Don't let anybody else determine your future, determine what you get to think and what you get to do because they're ignorant. So yeah. Yeah, just think like that. Don't let nobody determine, you know, what you get to do and things like that. But yeah,
That's good. That's good. I think
yeah.
in the words of
Be
Nakia,
confident.
that's
You know how they always say people can take anything away from you, but they cannot take your education away. Like if you know how to read, nobody can take away reading. So it's like
mhm.
that. If you're confident in who you are, you know, and you know who you are, nobody can take that. They can
Yeah,
try. I mean, they could die trying, but you just, but just know who you are.
that's true.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I think that one of the things I wanted to end off with was to remind people a quote that Medea said,
Mhm.
not what they call you, it's what you answer to. And so I think that a lot of times we can drag on social media bullying by responding and retaliating, and not everything
Mhm.
needs your response, and that's part of
Yes.
maturity as a person. And not
Mhm.
only that, everybody that somebody got haters.
You know, you know, like there's this say in Kirundi that, ngo utagomba kuvugwa yaheze mu nda kwa nyina wiwe. So like, if you never wanted to be you, sorry, so many calls coming, and I constantly
Right.
have to hang up. But anyways, but yeah. So if you don't have haters, right? If you're like, well, why do people hate me? Why do people want to talk about me? Great. Phone calls. It's phone calls after phone calls,
Okay.
Yeah. So you should have stayed in your mom's womb, right? I think that was how you would translate it in English form. Sounds better
I
in
hear you.
Kirundi because I don't know how to translate in English. But yeah. So everybody have haters. I'm telling you, somebody's hating on you right now. You don't know about, but somebody's hating on you. So and they're just waiting on a for opportunity to say something to you. But if you're confident and you know yourself, it won't matter. You're just gonna brush it off. So yeah.
Yeah. Continue being the light
Yes.
you are. And yeah, so that was today's conversation. I don't know if anybody has any last words. We still have let me see. We still have 13 minutes. No, not 13.
7,
Yeah, seven minutes,
7.
7 minutes. If you have any last words or if anybody has anything to say. And for all the people that are just joining, we just talked about social media bullying and how the First Amendment does allow us to say whatever we want to say,
Mm-hmm.
but kind of differentiating things that are offensive and things that are targeted,
Mm-hmm.
harassing, hurtful, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Um, I don't know if I have anything else to say. Most people, they were confused by the time, about
Um,
5:30 and 6:30 time.
no, that
But
makes sense.
but if they do come, they can always watch it live. It stays there. But
Yeah, and if you still have something else to say, we've always put in more than just an hour time. And if there was something that you wanted to add on, you could always add
okay, I'm back. Sorry again. Sorry. I should probably have like work phone and personal phone, you know. Work phone, personal phone. I think that would be better. But yes, so thank you for having me. I just thought that was a good topic that our community and our young people, youth people, even if not a youth, but you know, um, our community should know about the whole social media. We all hide behind social media. That's what I have seen. I have seen that we hide behind social media because I have met so many people, and I'm pretty sure people met me and they're like, maybe you seem different than you seem on social media, or you seem different than you seem on. So we hide behind our computers, phones, and things like that, messages, and let's just be aware, basically be aware of what we say, not just say things because we're in some sort of mood, so we want to say whatever, but just to be mindful of other people's feelings and emotions and be sensitive.
on.
Yeah.
There's one question from gallery_CB. And it
Mm-hmm.
said, do we have any personal experience with social media bullying?
Um, well, I mean, I don't even know what to say to that one. But yes, I have experience where a person, like I said, not too long ago, about a week, a person just decided, I'm going to post Nadine, blah blah, but when it comes like, offending, I probably have offended people, probably people who are watching me now, I have offended them because I have a different opinion with them. But I haven't ever got a picture and said, well, so and so, this and that and that and that. Um, so, but yes, been posted, been there, but it didn't hurt me again because I'm confident and I know who I am, right? But the reason that I brought this up was for, again, for friends, for people who don't have a voice, because that's what the only thing that I know to do is to speak out for those who can't speak out for themselves. But it just hurt me to see people hurting or to see other people hurting other people. It just hurt me. Like, I'm sensitive to that. And that's why I want to be a social worker. Is why I do what I do, because I just don't want to see people hurt. Um, so yeah, actually, this what I'm doing right now, goes well with my job title, which is community relations, which is community relations. So and social worker and community relations. So right here, what we're doing right now, trying to build our community, trying to lift each other up, trying to educate each other up, and things like that. You know, help those who can't help themselves, speak up for those who cannot speak up for themselves. Even if you haven't even experienced it, and you see someone doing it, please just please say something. And I know sometimes we live in a generation where it's like, that's none of my business, that's none of my business. But I don't know, I just feel like somebody hurting somebody's my business.
Yeah.
That's just it. I just feel like it's my business. This. So yeah.
And I think that a lot of bullies continue to do it because they go unchecked. And that's because most of us, like, I think there was I was learning in my class, there was a study that was shown that most people are harmed.
Mm-hmm.
They get away with being harmed in broad daylight because when they scream, help me, most
Mm-hmm.
people think somebody else is going to do something about it, so they
Yes.
don't do anything at all.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Yes.
but
Yes.
and it would be
Um,
more better for someone to scream fire than to scream help me. And I thought that that was crazy because we all associate somebody else is going to do something about it. Somebody else is going to do something about it. And I think that as a Burundian community, we have to be our fellow Burundians
mm-hmm.
helpers. We have to
Yes.
be there for each other. And if we see
Mm-hmm.
somebody is being targeted and we
Mm-hmm.
see somebody is being bashed on, I
Mm-hmm.
personally haven't experienced it. But if we see somebody that is being
Yes.
bashed, that we
Mm-hmm.
have, because we want to see Burundi succeed, the least of us,
Mm-hmm.
when we're succeeding, then
Mm-hmm.
everyone else is going to be succeeding. So we have
Mm-hmm.
something in us to be able to be like, hey, oh, actually, that's not funny. Talking about somebody's mother or somebody's
Yeah.
father that is going through something on
Mm-hmm.
social media, it's not funny.
It's
Or bring
not
somebody
funny.
up that doesn't have a social media and dogging or tearing them down is not funny.
Yes, so that's exactly what I noticed is well, this is so bad that I think somebody else already said something. I mean, somebody else must have said something to this girl because she has been doing this for a long time and nobody. So we always thinking that somebody has already said something or already done something, and that's where we go wrong. I heard that little poem when I was in the eighth grade, and it went a long way with me. Like, somebody didn't do something because they thought somebody else had already done that thing, so that thing just go on without being done because somebody
Yeah.
thought that somebody else did it. So when I heard that poem in the eighth grade, it stuck with me. So when I'm around, even at my job or at home, and I see something needs to be done, I do it because I don't want to assume that somebody is going to do it, and then that person is going to assume that I'm going to do it. Now, no, but that thing never gets done, so I'm just going to do it.
That's right.
So, yes,
That's
yeah,
right.
we probably would pass our time.
That's
Thank
okay.
you. Oh, okay. I was like, it's going to cut off.
No, 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 it's fine. Somebody
Yeah.
says, people are different most of the time. When I write to someone, I can understand that this will hurt someone, so I delete it fast. Thanks for WhatsApp messages. You can delete messages before the person sees it.
Yes. That's true. That's
Yeah,
very
that's
true. That comes with that, like her comment is with you know, be mindful. You know, she's like, okay, if that was me, I probably wouldn't like it. I probably would like that said towards me, so I probably should delete that. Just like
right.
that, you know, that's how we should be, you know, be mindful, sensitive. Really, let's just try to be sensitive with everybody, be sensitive towards everyone.
That's true. Okay, so I know
Hmm.
that we're living in a politically correct age where it's really
Correct?
hard politically correct. Like you don't want to
Uh-huh.
say anything that might offend somebody, or you don't
Yes.
want to say anything that might be wrong. But I think that there's a difference between wanting to grow and offending somebody because you said something out of ignorance, than willfully choosing to hurt someone,
Mm-hmm.
choosing to target someone, choosing to
Uh-huh.
post somebody's picture and call them ugly or call them fat or call them whatever. That is
Uh-huh.
very different than me offending you because I'm asking you a question and I really want to know an answer. So
That's
it's not to
different.
say don't have difficult conversations. It's
Yes.
not to say don't initiate hard conversations
Uh-huh.
or anything like that. And it's not to
Mm-hmm.
say don't say what you believe, but
Mm-hmm.
it's to say if you are targeting someone, if you are bashing somebody, or if what you're saying is going to be harmful to someone's future, to
Mm-hmm.
someone,
Mm-hmm.
then maybe reconsider.
Reconsider. Reconsider
Um,
posting, reconsider texting. Just I agree with
um,
you.
and Joseph Nah 12 said, I think that some people do it for family, whether it's good fam or bad fam.
It's
That's
really
true.
true. It's true. It is true. If I want attention, I might say something because I know how people are going to react to whatever I'm saying about that person. So I am going to get a lot of views. You know, that's the sad part. That's the sad part. They are going to give views and they are going to give them out of being mean. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
What about if people just didn't, you know, like support? But it's like, you know, did you know so and so posted that? And they're like going to add that person so they could see what that person posted. It's really sad. So, but that's true. Well,
Yeah.
she's right. Didn't hear the name. Joseph. Joseph, you're right. I think that was the name. But yeah, do it for fame.
That's true.
But
I
that's
think,
sad though.
yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, are there any last things that you want to add on? We want to thank you for taking the time to come and talk about this important topic.
I didn't hear what you said. It started like,
So,
we want to thank you for the, then it said
so I
loading.
said we want to thank you for taking this time to talk about this important topic.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you guys for having me, and I'm very glad. I'm very glad to be here talking about this topic. Yes, I thank you guys.
Any last words before we end this live?
No, I actually don't have any last words. It's nothing I have already said. Again, going back to the whole mood thing because we post because of how we feel, you know, you can change your mood will change, but your words you can't take back. So always remember that. Once that person see it, once that person read it, you know, you can't take it back, you know. It's like words hurt more than sword. I think that's the word. Words hurts more than sword, right?